Okay, if I have a ball, big ball, basketball, got a golf club, you can play around with this at home. Where's the spot I should be hitting this to send it on its way? If I hit it here, it's going to go low. It's going to roll if I hit it way up here, okay, with my regular swing. If I hit it underneath, though, and slip this sole underneath, when I go slightly to the outside, it'll spin and go up. So you'll see more of an effect like this. Driving, you know, a real hard driving straight shot. So all you have to do is figure out where you want to hit that ball to make it do different things. If I hit it on the outside, I can get it to curve this way. If I hit it on that same point and close that face, I can get it to spin the other way. I always try and hit it just underneath center where that is resting on the lower part of the ball. Is where I want to hit that. I want to slip the sole underneath. And I'll give you a few more visuals in a moment on how to do that. And I think it'll make some sense. It's some things that I use in lessons. I use a certain ball in chipping, and I teach people exactly what we're talking about. And it gets you to control the face, which is this. All right? You don't roll it a lot. This meets the ball, and you decide where you're going to hit that ball, and it'll fly accordingly. And just fool around with it. You can get it pretty quickly. Or if you're a soccer player, you already know how to kick it and where to kick it. Send it a long way. Underneath, outside, it'll go straight and high. This is no different. Spiral like this. And goes a long way with just a little bit of effort. That's the point.
Put the ball far, as in like a long pass. You want to plant your foot. You want to make sure you plant your foot right next to it. You always want to start at kind of like a 45-degree angle.
45 degrees.
Run in, plant your foot. You want to keep your body weight further away from the ball, that way it'll give it more lift. If you're over it, it's going to give it more power. Stay behind it, keep your arm out for balance. You want to follow through.
Where do you want to access the ball for that kick? Do you want to go underneath?
With your laces and try to get like right underneath it.
So you're going underneath and towards the center.
Right.
Are you to the right of center? Or you...
Just about center.
Okay. Okay, and you wanted to access the ball now where, if you're going to kick it the furthest?
I'm going to go straight under it with the laces.
And then you want to get where, like, are you trying to kick the center of the ball?
Yeah, just about.
Okay, and even right of center possibly, okay.
It all depends on where you're aiming it, but mainly go for the center.
Okay. A little hook. All right, well, thanks a lot, Andy. I appreciate it. All right, man. Thanks a lot. Mike Broderick Golf, I'll put you in there. It'll be up there in a couple days. Okay, for this next part, I'm going to show you how to scale down on the basketball. Okay, so I want to do exactly the same things. I want that sole to go underneath the balls. And I want to hit it underneath the ball where it's resting, but slightly to the right side with a square club face. And why do I want that? Well, that's the best strike. You'll get a straight shot all the time, and you can actually put a spin on it where you can go one hop stop, You can learn easily on the chipping green here. Hit it 20-30 feet and get used to how you're supposed to work a ball. And it's for good ball striking. I also have put these balls are Truvis Callaway balls, and they're good for teaching because I don't know if you can see that they have a line on top as well. Okay, and they have the spots, so I can tell somebody to get a certain spot underneath that ball, and they'll get that spot every time. I use baby powder and put that on the club so that I can monitor contact on people, because a lot of people, at times people don't even hit the center of the club face. They don't hit the sweet spot. You can tap it with your finger and find the sweet spot, and you find most people don't get that spot. And you know, it's fairly easy to do. If you're hitting on the toe, well, adjust, your mind can adjust and change that sweet spot around. Okay, and you want to match that line up to the sole line on the club. It will always go straight, unless I do that. It'll go right. I'll spin. I can go that way and kick it left. But I'm personally always trying to get right underneath that ball. Maybe one dimple. It's not a big amount. It's not the quarter outside the ball. It's matching sweet spot to sweet spot on the ball. And getting the best launch. And what you'll find is that with just playing around in a few minutes, you'll find out, you know, hey, I can do that. You know, my mind sees that. It feels that. I can make the ball spin right, left. I can one hop stop it. I can hit high by getting the butt instead of right behind it like this for some distance. I can lean it back a little bit, give it even further on higher launch, or hit specialty shots like this super high. And most people who are having trouble with distance have it like this. You know, they're not this way, just past the butt. And when you stand the club up, that's what you want to do. And so anyway, I'm going to hit a few balls, or probably 4, show you different ways to spin it. And the spin I'm after always is what we call the gyro ball. And literally, it feels to me like a baby cut. I'm accessing the sole underneath the ball, the sole of the club underneath the ball, and I have a slight spin where it hits, flies fairly high, hits, and one stops, drops to the right. So anyway, you can learn easily how to ball strike just on a little tiny scale, and then slowly scale up. That one was just off the toe side of the sweet spot. This one, I'm going to work it more towards the sweet spot itself, and I'm going to make it spin. That one went straight. I'm going to make this one spin to the right. And it did. That was struck just again, just off the toe side. Okay, that's enough. I think you get the idea, and you know, you can really quickly find out what the sound should be like too. It's a thud. Sweet spot to sweet spot. Change trajectories. Do spin. And it's only, you know, I'm doing that one at maybe 60 feet. Small scale, and then get out in the course, or get out in the practice range even better. Do the same thing. Draw midline line it up, take the range ball midline and start to play with the spins and where you should contact it. Put tape on it, masking tape. They have those stickers. Foot spray works just fine, and you'll see the impression on the ball. And if you're hitting towards the toe too much, well, then fine. Physically move it. You can make it so that your mind is very capable. I've seen good players say, "Oh, I have to bend the lies," and it's ridiculous. Lie's not going to do anything for you. You can change your wrist up and down for that. You adjust all the clubs anyway. Make sure that sole, is flat when it goes underneath that ball. You don't have to change lies. I remember saying to a young guy in a lesson, he was hitting it on the toe, and I said, "Well, just move it in towards the heel more." He looked at me incredulous look and said, "I can't do that. I have to change the lie." I said, "Oh my God, unbelievable. It's all nonsense. The lofts make a difference." Oh, absolutely. You can change the loft on a club if you want to get a certain distance, especially once you get consistent. But we don't want to play like that. We want to play and adjust.